Hello everyone, and welcome back to another OnWheelsTV video. As many of you already know, this week Le Mans Ultimate received the V1.3 update, including the ELMS Pack 3, which brings new content with the Barcelona circuit and the Duqueine LMP3 car. In this update there's also a new hypercar, but we'll cover that in a separate video. With the arrival of the Duqueine, we now have 3 LMP3 cars in the sim, so I thought it would be a great opportunity to do a comparison between them. The Ligier was the first to arrive in the sim, while the Ginetta has been the most popular choice within the community so far. Since pretty much every content creator has been focusing on Barcelona this week, I decided to go in a different direction and jump into one of the tracks in the official weekly events. This time I headed to the Losail circuit in Qatar. Losail is a very unique track in the sim. It's completely flat, but it combines fast and flowing corners with slower and medium speed sections. Even without elevation changes, it is a very distinctive layout and quite challenging in its own way. After spending a lot of time driving all 3 cars on this track, my conclusions are very clear and very positive. Just like Studio 397 has done with other classes in the sim, the balance of performance for the LMP3 category is extremely well executed. There will naturally be performance differences depending on the track, but all 3 cars, the Duqueine, the Ginetta and the Ligier, are capable of being competitive and winning races. In the end, it really comes down to which one suits you best as a sim racer. Out of the 3, the Ginetta still offers the best cockpit visibility, which is especially helpful for those running in a single monitor setup, just like me. Inside the cockpit, both the Duqueine and the Ligier feel a bit more confined, with the Ligier being the most restrictive in that regard. Now that said, all 3 cars are fantastic to drive. Looking at race grids before the Duqueine was introduced, the Ginetta was clearly the community favorite, largely because the Ligier is the most technically demanding car to drive. After extensive time behind the wheel of all 3, I can confidently say they feel very different from one another, which really highlights the quality of their development. This isn't a case of different car models sharing identical physics as we sometimes see in other simulators. While all 3 LMP3 cars use the same Toyota engine, their chassis are completely different, and that makes a huge difference in how they behave on track. It's a great showcase of the work done by Studio 397. Both the Duqueine and the Ginetta feel very direct on the front end, while the Ligier is a bit more vague. It's also the most complex car to understand. It's more neutral on corner entry, but more reactive on the rear. It's worth noting that there are still no dedicated setups available for the Duqueine in setup shops. So, I used the default setup. But that's not really an issue, as the default setups in Le Mans Ultimate are actually very solid. My best lap time with the Duqueine, once I got comfortable with the car, was a 1:58.833. I was about a tenth slower with both the Ginetta and the Ligier. However, I definitely had to work harder with the Ligier than with the other 2. It remains the most demanding LMP3 to drive, but also the most rewarding when you get everything right. The downside is that it's also the least forgiving when it comes to mistakes. The Ginetta continues to be the most balanced and the smoothest car to drive overall. The Duqueine is excellent as well, but honestly, all three cars are. The LMP3 class now feels more complete and refined with this update, even though it was already in a very strong place before Pack 3. Right now, Le Mans Ultimate stands as the benchmark for multi-class racing in sim racing. And judging by the level of detail and commitment from the team behind it, there's every reason to believe it will only keep getting better from here. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with OnWheelsTV content. Bye bye guys.